So we're trying to solve an application problem by applying Polya's four-step procedure. And honestly, before I started this class, I had not heard of this four-step procedure, but I think we all do it at sometimes. Maybe not every time, but the first step is to understand the problem. This usually comes in the ending sentence. What is the amount of the cheaper cost per month if he only looks at the first 2 years of renting versus buying? So we're supposed to find the cheaper amount. Okay. So when we read through the problem, he makes $45,000 a year, drives about 15 miles a day to work. Now the question was about what is the amount of the cheaper cost per month if he looks at 2 years renting versus buying. The question doesn't seem to ask anything about how much income they have. $45,000 a year. Maybe driving 15 miles a day to work will be a factor, depending on if we're choosing between two. He needs a car to be reliable, as he doesn't have many sick days or vacation days. He found his preferred vehicle at a dealership that would allow him to buy or rent the car. The price to rent is $206 per month for the first 2 years. Or you could just buy the vehicle outright, $15,400, have it paid off in 6 years. What is the amount of the cheaper cost per month if he only looks at the first 2 years in buying? So it looks like we got two options. We could rent it. 206, the first option. So this would be the translation phase, I guess. First option, and then there's a second option. The first option is to rent $206 a month for the first 2 years. So there's 12 months in a year times 2 years. This is the total cost. $4,944. So the plan here is to write out the costs for each of the two options. So we're carrying out the plan. And now the other option, I think we need more details if this is a real problem, because there's interest. If you buy a vehicle and have it paid off in 6 years, usually there's interest we have to calculate, but they didn't mention anything about the interest. Right? So the $15,400, assuming there's no interest, which some vehicles do that, 0% interest, definitely a good deal if you can get it. Take the total cost, divide by 6, that's how much we have to pay per year. But then we need to divide that by 12 to find out, oh sorry, we need to multiply that by 2, I'm sorry. This is how much it is for 1 year, right? It costs $15,400 for 6 years. This is how much it costs for 1 year. And we need to multiply that by 2 because we're asked for the cost after 2 years. So if we multiply by 2, we've got $5,133.32. So now we can answer their question. What is the amount that is of the cheaper cost per month? This is the cheaper option. And then to find out how much it costs per month, it was $206 per month. So there's some useless information in that problem, right? We don't care about how many miles he drives to work because they didn't tell us there was any extra cost for each of the 15 miles. And then we didn't care about how much he made because the final question was which option was cheaper, buying or renting.